You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
Orange.
For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staff them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, hey, voices come. Hi yeah, hey. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. He count on we, he count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. Count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, voices down. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. He count on we, he count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the view, the tell you want some. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. He count on we, count on me anyhow. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staff them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, hey, voices come. Hi yeah, hey. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. He count on we, he count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. Follow me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, voices down. Hi yeah, give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the view, the tell you one time. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, God begin the executive power. You call on me, count on me anyhow. You speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. For the news with the around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hey, yeah, hey. Voices come. Hey, yeah, hey. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, God picking the executive power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, God picking the executive power. Call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like an eagle we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi, yeah. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, God picking the executive power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the view, the tell you one time. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, God picking the executive power. You call on me, count on me anyhow. You speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. For the news with the around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hey, yeah, hey. Voices come. Hey, yeah, hey. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, God picking the executive power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, God picking the executive power. Call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like an eagle we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get down the slums to get the views. Hi, yeah. Voices down. Hi, yeah. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, let's get the power. The count on here, the count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, let's get the power. The count on here, count on me anyhow. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. For the news with the around. Log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi, yeah, hey. Voices down. Hi, yeah, hey. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, let's get the power. The count on here, the count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, let's get the power. Follow me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like an eagle we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi, yeah. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, let's get the power. The count on here, the count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, let's get the power. The count on here, count on me anyhow. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. For the news with the around. Log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi, yeah, hey. Voices down. Hi, yeah, hey. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, let's get the power. The count on here, the count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We Human them God begin the second power. You keep calling me, count for me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV day before. Climb the mountain just to get the news. Go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, voices down. Hi yeah, the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to another edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty TV. One for say apologies, we start the program a little bit late, so we get some half glitches at the studio, but we're okay now. Good morning, and we will bring this edition of the Breakfast Show come to you. Mina Khadija Bangora.
And Mina Mabel Kaba, good morning. It's Tuesday and the 26th day of May 2026. Inside this edition of the Breakfast Show this Tuesday morning, we go for can talk about one survey. We Campaign for Human Rights Development International CHRDI do an online survey so they ask people for let them talk about the most social issue where they impact their life daily, and then they ask question them where they around cost of living, youth employment, access to health, and other thing them where they be put for let the citizens and talk about who's one are the most thing where they impact their life daily. And among all of the other thing them where they been talk about, now cost of living been top the charts, now the poll we Campaign for Human Rights Development International been do online. Well, we go for can talk to the chief executive for Campaign for Human Rights and Development International CHRDI. We go for can tell we about the findings now all this particular online survey we then do waiting the reason we made them do this survey, waiting go for happen with the reports we don't come out. You gonna know inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. And also now this edition of the show, we get for look at the issue again. We get for do with this agreement where Salone gets with the United States. We know say the first batch of the deportees from West African countries they don't come Salone, and from that same day to now we still not hear again from government whether or not they don't carry go the agreements at parliament. We are yet to confirm that, but we can talk to the executive secretary for Human Rights Defenders Network Sierra Leone. They don't pull a position outside and they ask that governments make this particular documents public, let people know what exactly they sign to. Well, we can discuss the concerns where the Human Rights Defenders Network Sierra Leone gets regarding this particular agreement. We go talk about another edition of the Breakfast Show.
Well, this and other issues them then at this edition for you. You say for the watch. Don't forget for send we comment your thoughts on any of the issues them where we can discuss this morning at the Breakfast Show. We can discuss two very important issues them. The first one na a survey where CHRDI do. Also, they ask citizens them waiting at the main pertinent issues where they affect them. And among this chat, cost of living. Now there are already people and grumble, but we mean say for live na salon right now, for they getting for eat and look after yourself. It is very, very, very tough according to the survey. But they can't discuss this survey, or they can't discuss some of the things them where CHRDI find out as they've been put out information, ask the citizen them through an online platform for let them tell them waiting at the major issues them where they affect them, and who they can talk to human rights defenders. As we all know, May 20 this year, the Minister of Foreign Affairs confirm on Liberty TV say yes, then don't begin for receive the first batch of the African citizen them we been there na the US according to the United States Department. They say them people are there na US illegally. So then we get an agreement with the Sierra Leone government for let them deport them as third country deportation. Outside them been give about $1.5 million to the Sierra Leone government for repatriating people and look after them. And according to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, they say that just 90 days the ECOWAS law permits them for there. So if anybody opt for going in country, then they process in document and then go send them back in country. Then people there who then come currently then they na lungi. But some other set of people, especially parliamentarian, then they be concerned say if Salon go sign any agreement before you go to cabinet, then supposed for go to parliament. So we get Honorable Aaron Kuma, deputy leader 2 for the main opposition, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs. We've been throw light on these issues, but up till now, no know if the agreements don't go to parliament. We will try to ask parliament, don't know if this agreement did it, or it just left like so. Cabinet just approve them. Salon begin receive people from other country. Them waiting at the implications, waiting this mean. Although the minister will be interviewing, he sure we say and not get no negative implications on the citizen. Then people are not to criminal them. Then we just want for let them come Salon. Wait if they want to go back na the country, then go process the documents. Well, we still a follow-up, and members say not so just the first batch we come, then go for the come now about 300 in total. So they come periodically, we means then they send the half. And we'll ask the minister as well if this go make them lift the permanent visa ban where the US put on Salon. The minister not been confirmed. He said they still continue the negotiations. Well, now see said they reach back, we then go review, waiting go happen. We can discuss all of them things there so and try for find answers, because that they are for giving answers. But quickly, let we just take this story. Usai Haja Sunkari, they attend a feminist movement where they call themselves CHRDI Empowerment. Usai then talk about feminism and other things them we get for those women's empowerment.
The CHRDI Empowerment League, an organization will focus for promote gender equality, build leadership skill, and mentor young people them. And this organization do hold the second edition of the Feminist Forge Retreat, when at today event we bring together leader, feminist, advocate, and other people at the same room for talk about leadership, feminism, and other issue them we get for those woman and girl pikin them. Adama Findabowe, now the founder of CHRDI Empowerment League, and he talk more about this 2-day retreat.
So don't do the first edition. This is the second edition of the Feminist Forge. And literally, the main idea behind the Feminist Forge now for bringing young people from different backgrounds, different communities around Sierra Leone. And this second edition, we get people across borders from Guinea. We also join this particular session. Also, young feminist leaders, activists, advocates and change makers, and they come together and make sure say they advocate, they understand what really feminism stand for, and what are the good thing then what we for they do as feminists, and why we all, both man and woman, for be feminist. As long as we stand for equality, for let everybody get equal access to opportunities, to rights, and not be disadvantaged because of their gender. So we basically then we gather with the try for form movement and mobilize for advocate for make sure so them marginalized voice system in the community where then they stigmatize them, and also the misconception about feminism, we try for advocate and raise awareness around them.
As the events they focus on leadership, advocacy and feminism, the mayor of Freetown, our worship Ivonaki Sawyer, say how woman de bokuna the political space now so politics they better.
There's an expression, I think it's a 50-50 design one. I'm not sure if you have the copyright, but more women, better politics. More women, better politics. And it speaks for itself. The more women you have in the political space, the better the politics will be. I mean, if we think about the conflicts, the friction, let's move out of the Sierra Leone space. Look at some of the wars that are happening today. You know, the Iran conflict, the Ukraine conflict, the DRC conflict. The people you see at the forefront of those conflicts, sadly, are men. Typically in a community setting, even in a domestic setting, women are generally better known for being collaborators, for being those who will try to bring peace, try to calm situations down. Of course, there are exceptions.
As part of the body them, where they give support to these events, the representative from Save the Children, Esther Yuma, say movements where young people and feminist organizations then they get the power for lead and make lasting change.
We strongly believe in youth-led movements and feminist organization as a critical driver of sustainable social change. But beyond this, we have a commitment. Our commitment is not just institutional, it is intentional, because real change does happen.
All right, welcome back. It's still the Breakfast Show where they come to you live na Liberty TV, and we tell you that in this edition of the Breakfast Show today we get two public interest issues them where we can look at. One gets for do with the agreements where Salon be don't get with the US for the deportees them come now the country. We know say the first batch be don't come, and every month they say different one for the come until reach a number of 300. Well, the Human Rights Defenders Network the issue a concern where they get regarding this whole agreement. So suddenly they ask governments for make the agreements public. We go for can talk to them waiting at the issue with the agreement, waiting at the concerns and where they get around this particular agreement. You get for none of this edition of the Breakfast Show. And also we tell us so we go for can look at a survey where CHRDI do online. Also they ask citizens them for talk about the social issues them where they mostly impacts their daily life, and they see them where them be talk about get for the cost of living, youth unemployment, access to health care, quality of education, electricity and water, and also gender-based violence. And among them, the one way stand out the cost of living where people comment on. The cost of living where gets the highest where people say the impacts than daily lives. Well, we often can talk to the chief executive for CHRDI. We often can tell we waiting at the idea behind this particular online survey, and where they don't get the findings, so waiting need for be done now for the government's attention to this particular survey. We often can talk about that, but let me just start with the discussion we get for with the agreements where Salon gets with the United States. We know so the first batch of deportees and become tongue the 20th of this month. Also, then they expect say about 20 of them for come, but according to reports we've been getting, now about 7 be end up come. Well, we are yet to get some updates from the government as to how the number drop. But like I told you earlier, the Human Rights Defenders Network Sierra Leone don't get a position on this. We make one can discuss in position, and we go definitely try to get back to government and know what happen where the figures and drop if the agreements are gonna parliament or not. Well, this morning at the studio I'm for welcome Alfonso Bani, when at the Executive Secretary for Human Rights Defenders Network Sierra Leone. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show.
Good morning.
I guess una be don't follow the conversation na the media. We make una don't get position now officially when I don't issue out, raising concern about this whole agreement where the government of Sierra Leone go get with the United States. We know saying a cabinet approved the agreement. Concerns be don't come also from parliament. The opposition say they not care go the documents at parliament yet, and up to now the talk we are yet to confirm that. But from Human Rights Defenders Network Sierra Leone, firstly waiting to draw our attention to this issue because not until the discussion begin, we don't get the discussion way back from last month, from where the Ministry of Information make them public again, it come again at the media. Even the minister last week talked to Liberty TV among many other media house them for try for make the public understand waiting exactly Salon Day into this agreement. Waiting draw our attention as Human Rights Defenders Network into this issue.
We attention as a result of government obligation to international human rights laws and the Refugee Convention of 1951 talks about the non-refoulement principle, the principle of non-refoulement. When I talk about the principle of non-refoulement, now a principle where they suggest that anybody who they seek asylum, you know, for send them back now in country of origin. Yeah. And so that on that basis, they like just give the basis where they look at America in third country approach. When people then go to America, whether male or female, then go to America, then they go filing for asylum. When they filing for asylum, they present a case where they show the persecution or the thing that would affect them at the host country where they come out. And so when they look at them, they normally classify them on a special asylum status, what they refer to as withholding of removal. That withholding of removal, it implies, see, the immigration judges in America don't examine the cases of the asylum seekers here, and then believe, see, the chances, if they go back in their country, the likelihood of persecution is more than 50%, which means it's high. And so therefore, then give them this category of withholding of removal. Now, this withholding of removal, it prohibits America as a country for deport any person who don't can seek asylum. We don't they under that protective measure, as withholding of removal, where in persecution rates is so high for sending them back to their host country. But that protection mechanism not prohibits America for sending those people in a third country. So in other words, what America not they do, we Sierra Leone, we can't do as a nation. America no one breach the international protocols where they under the non-principle of the principle of non-refoulement under the Refugee Convention of 1951, and so therefore they resort to a third country. So the third country we're in Sierra Leone now. So Sierra Leone don't sign an agreement with America, so they can't play the dirty game of the United States, except somebody who know they follow news, who know they see, even in social media, then the way how the ICE agent that they handle immigration people in America in humane way, in a barbaric way. So for a civilized nation like we, Sierra Leone, for can sign an agreement for accept those people, it don't suggest we as a nation, they align themselves with the aid and abet the conduct of the Trump administration. We're wrong. And so we get a responsibility as a nation for fulfill with international obligation under international human rights laws. And let me go talk say the government for publish this agreement. Because when the people there kaya, the thing what they left now is that according to the foreign minister, he say then go there for a period of 90 days. Now, when that period of 90 days elapse, what thing they happen? Now, if the person not go voluntarily, either the person is subjected to under threats, the refusal of a necessary freedom of movement or the rights the way it deserves. So it will compel that person for agree say I go left for go. So in other words, the government of Sierra Leone, they repatriate or they send people them na the country of origin where they not even plan for go there. So what America refuse for do, what they don't want for do, we as a nation, a civilized nation within the United Nations, when I signatory and with president we don't serve now the Security Council, where you know very well the international provision and they can't aid and abet the conduct of the US government for camp send nationals and their country of origin where they're not supposed to go back because they don't already seek asylum and then get a reason where they present that one day to the American government and the immigration judges where they don't classify them that these are withholding of removal, which means they highly get the tendency for be persecuted if they go back to their country of origin.
But from the explanation of the Minister of Foreign Affairs we talked to Liberty TV last week, it being kind of certain certain people here for willingly go back na den country. Waiting na una yon fear for certain people here no go back then go get for force them because from what he explain, it possible say then they willingly go back to the country within the 90 days period.
It is simple. If there are people that they go willingly go back to their country, why they not willingly go back to their country from the United States of America? This is simple. It's a simple question. Now America be hold them, put them in detention. If they're willingly ready for go back to their country, therefore don't put them inside plane. Directly can them go na Ghana, na Nigeria, na Togo, na Ivory Coast, Benin. You just name the West African countries. Therefore don't go there. But the United States government, the Trump administration know very well that they go there in breach of the Refugee Convention of the 1951 where they deal with the principles of non-refoulement. When they talk about non-refoulement here, now for where they send back somebody local seek asylum now the country of origin where it go the tendency for making go facing persecution. So if the minister say when they carry they go willingly go back to their country, why they not be willingly left go to their country from the United States of America? That's the question. I don't get that answer there.
But
the government
to go not to Salon no more get this deal with the United States. Other country them like the Rwanda and other one them then get the same deal.
You don't check what they go on Rwanda, you don't check you see, we always talk about best practice. And this is not best practice. So if somebody other country go do it, you don't say you as a civilized nation, you don't say no, this is not a best practice. You don't need to. There are 54 states in Africa. We get 16 states in West Africa. 16. Hamas don't Hamas don't go to that issue of third party deportation. So it not necessarily means because if you live in a house, like a community, you see in neighbor, or even they work in an office, you see that man when they bring state resources in the chief, they go enjoy. You see, he said because that man they take her for go enjoy. Let me say take her for go enjoy. No, because you already get a principle. You already get an ideology, an identity where you believe say you uphold, you respect state resources, you protect the state for making no loss. So Sierra Leone get a responsibility and an obligation to international laws.
Going into this deal, the Sierra Leone government with the US government, any law the way the Sierra Leone government not broke?
Like I try for tell you, so I don't make reference to the principle of non-refoulement.
I ask this because we get an argument between the deputy leader of the opposition at Parliament to Honorable Aaron, where they question the steps where the minister take after signing this deal. For the minister, not just cabinet approval he gets. And for me, saying a two notes verbal means, when mean say you don't necessarily need for Senate and Parliament before they begin accept the people that when they deport come na Sierra Leone.
Yeah, anything where they deal with international laws. Yeah, the way one do anything where they circumvent either the principles or the spirit behind international laws, you therefore discuss with Parliament. This is not an issue of note verbal or a cabinet approval.
So the minister was wrong.
I think that have been a misleading position. Then you go do now to note verbal on bilateral issues, not on the issue of repatriation where they deal with human rights and the lives of citizens. This is not the life of citizens and community members. And so their life they are at risk. And so anything we want to do where they contravene an international law, we House of Laws, whether it is legislative, therefore take a leading role for look at the implication, whether need the cost to it. And it gets an impact. This not all like where they go just pass an agreement for do mining, or even when they do mining, they can't go to Parliament. No, so they're mining conceptual, they're mining agreement, then go Parliament approve. So this, if they go bring people there from another country, Donald Trump know very well that they cannot deport these people there because they are tied up under international law. So if they're tied up, why we for can't take her? Why we for can't do the dirty work for America? There's no reason, there's no justification. If you don't know West Africans, then the government of America will not arrest people that go put them in some holding centers. So they get an opportunity from that holding center, put them inside plane, go left them back at their country.
Two things don't they come up part of the conversation so far throughout this week. One, the $1.5 million we involved for the way the US government give to the Sierra Leone government for the welfare of the people there. Secondly, the permanent visa ban where Sierra Leone they under. Some school of thought they say it might be say the Minister of Foreign Affairs. We asked her this question by the way, or interview her, but not able to come out clearly and say yes, that this make are going to this deal. So Salon will come on this visa ban.
Yeah, we're not too far from correct, and I believe the minister himself not going even ascribe, not going to suggest for even respond to them. I know the dynamics and I know the position where he himself find himself in because he represent the government, and so he therefore make sure he play the dice in a way where they project the government own image, both national and internationally. And what you wanna bring, and one of the things they will present as an opinion when I go I call it epic radio, that there are maybe three things we make government go into this agreement with the United States. And one of the two things, I begin measure one. One of the things we by me own assessment of this agreement, you know that currently the European Union would they at loggerheads on the issue of just lidicus, on this issue of this wanted possibly allegedly so. And so when you look at the Trump administration, Trump as an individual now possibly 100% they against the issue of drugs. And so if by any way somebody convince Trump on the issue of drugs and that this drug law didn't alone whatsoever, it creates a bad light for the government and the people of this country, where Trump will align himself with the European Union for pressurize the Sierra Leone government. That is one. The second thing, now what you don't talk so on the issue of a travel ban. If you look at the issue of the travel ban, you find out say they don't ban you because we get people that don't either go run away, some they don't overstay, and so they ban you for make could not go back again. So what in the government in China for do for make it win favor from the American government for say no we lift up that ban. And the third thing could be the issue of money. You look at the 1.5 million and the potential funding where they come out from the United States government on the MCC. And I make it very clear that apart from the MCC, apart from this 1.5 million, there are opportunities for the government for even get access to resources where they will get access, where we as an institution don't create that opportunity there for the government for recover millions of dollars for and on behalf of the people of Sierra Leone. And so the government gets opportunities for maintain some standard of principles where they respect and fulfill international obligation, while they also work with local partners for make sure say they involve on resource generation. And we don't give that opportunity to government. We know they only come for critique government, we also provide solutions.
So for the bill-led administration, it's all about money, especially when they go into the international agreements there. Then they look at some of the international laws, them like what you talk about. So
yeah, money is part of it. Don't give the issue of that travel ban. If you look at this whole issue of this deal, Naimiko talk say let the government publish the agreements. Lord knows that the concession, which the government don't put inside between them and America. They will know exactly if the government is really genuine, if they do it genuinely in the interest of peace, in the interest of international solidarity. But the thing is that they do international solidarity where they breach international law. And the moment, if you get anybody where they are, after 90 days, it's not going to country, automatically, if Sierra Leone not make that person become a national of this country, you hearing me? It don't render that person statelessness. And when you render statelessness, even though we not sign that convention on statelessness, the 1954 Convention on Statelessness, and the 1961 Convention also where they prevent the occurrence of statelessness, this is a situation where somebody's identity in nationality is not known and will not for create that kind of scenario. So if nobody not go after 90 days, the Salon government don't forcefully render those people within IASO, they don't become natural citizens of this country. They don't put them, they don't make them stateless. And when I breach also of international law.
Asking for let governments make these agreements public. Do you have doubts for say waiting you don't hear so far from the minister when I handle this whole process? Do you have doubts say and I don't tell the public to about waiting exactly the inside the agreements we make on they ask for let the documents come public? On I not believe what you don't talk so far?
Well, we'll not talk so we'll not believe, but it not answer all the questions then. So now that make if you look at we even with recommendations, when you look at it now, all encompass so that we go know, because all what we want for know is that the rights of the people that don't bring can is protected under our own laws, under international law, and under regional law. That's why we even quote the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. So because they go talk say, well, now as Africa, the African Charter on Human and People's Rights make it also very clear. And so, if the government publish the agreement, if the agreement falls short of the human rights of their deportees, they will tell government for me they rescind the agreement.
Considering the current ban on visas for Salon from America, the United States government, you think say Salon gets any option not for accepting deportees here?
No, she doesn't get an option. The option is that now for make sure say they prove to the United States government that they turn a new page. You hearing me? You see, one of the things that we follow up on this issue of visa ban, a number of state officials, when they go on government delegations, they are going with relatives, friends, they go to overstay, some they go run away. So if you get opportunity as a government under that diplomatic provisions where they give you for both a number of people, and because as a government you get that bilateral, you get that point for take this is our delegation, nobody not supposed for caution, then they go. And now would say there, and you find out say most of that category of people they go under government, they're boku, they overstay, some they even hide, and so if they tell say the government they undermine the order, the safety and security of another sovereign state. That make America take that ban. So what in government for do? Not to forget talk say giving people them. They broke. There's two wrongs so they make one right. They don't commit crime. If they still commit another crime, for say you want make amends of the right. No, you for solve your problem on immigration to the United States as a government, if we also respect international law. So we don't care about people that will not get the runaway. They can also take people away for camp for where they can breach international law. so we not even solve, we not do anything for change the system. All what we need for do is now for demonstrate that commitment to the US government that going forward, beginning from this point now, if anything of this sort happen as a state, we take responsibility. I think if that commitment they come out from the state government, the United States government go do everything on the issue of visa ban. But not to for take people there for can. The money they deny their own responsibility for send back they bring their host country where they can't do it. So if anybody left here, they go to your own country, we hear that person is suffer persecution, either they kill him, then jail him, or there are death threats on that person. The government of the Republic of Sierra Leone is to be held accountable.
Why? Because
as I said that America refused to be held accountable. Now we know they can't take responsibility of the conduct of the United States of America. We're not supposed to be.
So you're saying Salon not for don't go into this agreement at all?
At all. We're not supposed to be a third party for repatriation for some asylum seekers. They know very well that anybody who don't go out there for go seek asylum, either because of political issue, political expression, or you run away there because of persecution. Once you don't file in an asylum under international law on the basis of refugee, you are not supposed to be sent back to your country of origin. The United States government know that very well. But then they circumvent because they're a big power, because they have resources. Even though you're small. But you also got to maintain some standard. You also got to maintain your stance on international laws. That no, we agree, say we don't breach, but please, because of ABCD, we not think say we go safe. This one.
But Salon be in a better place for resist the Americans?
If Salon be in a better place for resist the Americans?
Yes.
If you know that you have chances, you should, because international law. We not follow America because one thing America don't do first, where the Salon government for understand. Donald Trump administration don't move away from all international laws where they deal with human rights. And so anybody who don't decide say they respect human rights, not because of your money. Tell them no, we they're part of this convention, we're part of this treaty as a civilized country. We get a responsibility under international law. We have an obligation for respect international laws as a nation, as a sovereign country. So even though you poor, but that don't necessarily mean say you for subdue your sovereignty, you for subdue your integrity to an extent that you betray. I think to me that is not appropriate.
This agreement one of the call say for let the minister or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs make them public. Not on no more the call. Even Parliament don't call out the minister say in need for make this agreement public. Let not just go get cabinet approval and the people that don't begin come na the country already. You think say anything they way they not want let the public know we make they not put them out there?
We believe because if they're outside, if nothing way they serve the purpose and intent of a genuine international relation, the government gets a responsibility to the people of this country for make this agreement public. All what would they say? The government now a responsible government. Whatever agreement they do, make them public and send them to a House of Parliament. Now we legislative arm of government and the three arm of government and then we believe say anything when they deal with international agreements, then get the constitutional mandate for review, for amend, and for approve international agreements then. So this particular agreement between this bilateral agreement between we and United States of America, the government need for make them public. And I tell you, when things go wrong, many times government can say it gets a resource of people apart from even working with the legislative. Government get opportunity for work with civil society and the media for discuss some of their nitty-gritty there also, and with provide solution there for tell them say if now this thing so for worker, you get worth of resources in this country. You get what from this thing, from the day when they make this agreement, bam. let me tell you now, personally, we as an institution, we engage a number of civil society institutions and lawyers in the United States of America. As I tell you, we get a lot of information in relation to them people that are in the same. Well, most of them, then they under that withholding of removal. And so, what in the United States, they fail, they refuse for do, now we can't do it for them. Enough and at all, we not put to country in that kind of level. When somebody will go in a country, it goes off at that, then we which is we own conscience there. I remember one time ago when one Liberian guy ran away, journalist. He ran away from Liberia, he passed through Sierra Leone for Congo, in America. That's why the Nigeria came there as chief immigration officer. The information which we then call we from the United States, we know very well that the Mankaya, Dago Costa, we go, we will be the whole them. The Biasen back, we go pressurize the chief immigration officer. He go parliament, we make noise, we tell them, we say no, that man, if he go yonder, there's all likelihood that he will suffer persecution. And indeed, they agree, they allow for proceed. So now the same thing with the try for tell this government that they get a responsibility to the people of this country and to international laws.
You think all of this deliberates na the side of governments we go for each point where parliaments, opposition will call say documents for come and not come, but cabinets agree and then go ahead and implement, because even the number of people we for come, initially the information be the public now that's not 24 for suppose for come. At the end of the day, the Ministry of Information pull a notice for say now 9 people in come instead of the 24, and even the remaining up till now nobody not gets clear information as to why the number not complete to the one where they don't tell the public say supposed for come. You think it's all deliberate?
Well, I'm not going to talk to it deliberate, but I will suggest another word that it's a miscalculation on the part of governments. So I'm not going to tell for say it is deliberate. They miscalculate that this thing they believe say naturally they go now a smooth sail. Now it's going to be a smooth sail where they create any issues, they affect people, they affect the citizens, because when people they area about 1.5 million or 400 million for CAM, people they look at the human rights impact, people they go look at the aid where they come. That is the miscalculation. And you are not looking only at the aid. It also look at the effect of the agreement, the impact of the agreement on the lives of the innocent citizens of another country. And we are all West Africans. I know what you know me as a West African. I'm glad for see me own colleague West African. You go back to the country where you go suffer there as a West African. Don't forget about as African. For see you own brother, you own color. For do that kind of way. America don't go ever do that kind of to an American citizen. A European don't go ever do it to an European citizen. Why can't we maintain some standard and respect our identity as Africans and West Africans as a nation?
But if you look at the other side of the coin, Mr. Gbani, is it not too early for his alarm? Because then people here just come on the 20th. Today is the 26th. We've not heard from them. Nobody in the public and no even get access for no the facility outside and they leave. If they get any concern, you don't think say it's too early when I don't wait us for get access and go see perhaps outside and they leave if they get any concerns?
We know the wait. You know the wait for calm. We know they become reactive. When they become proactive, for prevent the problems for start. And secondly, we not engage the deportees they don't can it because government not give you the opportunity for even outside and they we go begin make reach out to them. But we don't engage lawyers, human rights lawyers, civil society institution where based in the United States of America, where they giving a cogent information in regards to the deportees where they come. You hear me? And so we get first-hand information. Other than the one that don't come, we don't know the type of people that don't come, but the classification of the people who they deport, majority of them, then they under that I sound like status what they refer to as withholding of removal. And that withholding of removal, it suggests that there is high risk of persecution of them when if they go back in the country of origin. So the country will inform the government. If you don't know what they Lord tell and say, these are the implications. That make they raise the alarm bell. And probably the foreign affairs don't even know there are many of times, with all due respect to any of them, they not can get the time for go through some of them international laws. Until we raise that up, they know say, oh yes, they have an obligation. That make they bear come. This could have been an oversight from the part of the government. So I make with the bank to the notice that if it was an oversight and a simple omission by the government, we now get a responsibility for rectifying that particular oversight and omission to the people of this country and to the citizens of your neighbors, your sister countries, that they also get the rights for be protected from persecution, from torture, from any other forms of human or degrading treatment.
Why
if they go back in the host country.
To that stage?
Pardon?
Why una feel say go reach to that stage?
Why you go reach to that stage? Because I don't see any reason why, if me don't left salon, I go to Guinea, I go see Kashalon for say salon na this and this. Like Guinea get a responsibility not for send me back. Because based on what I don't present, there's all likelihood. And then make I tell you, say, the immigration judges in the United States of America, not for Sierra Leone, no. The immigration judges in the United States of America don't talk, say, them people there, there is a high risk of over more than 50% of persecution if they go back to the country of origin. And we all know the judicial system in the United States, unlike some other African countries. So therefore, we know, say, what they don't present, the factor they don't establish is genuine enough that if we can't allow them people to go back in the country, we don't commit something we're not supposed to commit.
But you believe say they go back?
If they go back, now make a tell you, and we'll make it very clear that if you look at the press release, that then people there after that 90 days, there's all likelihood that they will be compelled. That make it, we indicate inside the press release, they will be subjected to threaten things, make them fear, make them they will be compelled for make them agree say with the go. So in other words, if that person, because of circumstances, because of situation, will unbearable to that particular individual, it decides to give up, say, let me go if I die, I'm going to die, let me go and die. See, I don't get a responsibility, the conscience of the government. This is about conscience. This is about respect of the rule of law. This is about the rights of an individual. We'll get maybe family members, we'll get siblings. When anything happen with them, it will be disastrous. So the country gets a responsibility. The government gets an obligation under international law. That makes Sierra Leone sign to the Refugee Convention. Even though we not sign to the 1954 Convention on Statelessness. We not sign to that. And so, but because we sign, we are signatories to the Refugee Convention, we get an international obligation for respect and promote the principle of non-refoulement. United States, they transfer that problem to we. We can't take it because we are poor, we are weak, but we get strength as a nation and as Africans. If we come together, we are stronger than ever.
This not a one-off cam way then the Portisia get for the cam now every month until it reach 300 per year according to the agreement. And the last we've been talking to the Director of Communication at State House, Night Brewer, and been say now agreement for a year. If this particular year done, this first agreement with Salon don't go into, you as somebody from human rights defenders, you the advise governments for renew that agreement they moving forward because already they don't sign this.
That is practically impossible. There was a time when even the APC government, where they do that toll road, they condemn the toll road. And the time reached the cabinet, say, "Lord, do advocacy on the toll road." I say, me they condemn the toll road. How you can ask me now? I can't talk about say the toll road is good for development. We'll not do it because we have a principle. Because we believe that the issue of the toll road not be appropriate, it be wrong. You make a toll road, the man they can't work on existing road. We're not going to make a toll because now we're on road. Therefore, don't construct a new road. So this one, if it is wrong now, it is still wrong tomorrow. And I will not subscribe to the government for suggest that therefore even Central. If America get all the powers in the world, they can't be gathered there, people go put in a confinement area. They get the same responsibility for take them, go left in the host country. They're not bringing a third country. That don't tell you, say, America will make itself in hand clean, Salon will hand dirty. That is the reality. And we're not supposed to be that way. They can't play the dirty job for the United States of America. If anybody they follow how Donald Trump in government, they handle refugees in America, it's not going to even advise in government for say, align yourself with the United States. Human being, we are all humans. No, not treat yourself like like animals. And most of the ones that with Donald Trump, they talk, say they are criminals. Now, gang go to them. Records that they suggest that United States say none of them have a criminal record. And I mean, there's one member from the from the information office now, Epic. They talk say the government don't do everything. They don't do due diligence. They don't do what they can. They don't even get a criminal record. And so if they don't get a criminal record, why America not take them, carry them, go to their country, pass them there and we? No, we can't take them, carry them, go, no, facilitate them, go to their country, bro. This, any reasonable man, not going to even think them kind of way they do. Any reasonable person. So now we encourage the government. It don't happen, but there's several ways for rectifier. You can take her to parliament. Parliament go talk, say, no, we kick against it. Government, they save yourself. Parliament don't talk, say, we don't want her. Then you save the day.
Then people are a threat to citizens.
The people are a threat to citizens. Well, we don't know, but from what we understanding, they don't prove any threat to the United States government. We not receive any record we say they have criminal record. You hear it? And so you not get criminal record. We're not supposed for come hold them here. Let the people then come for long time they left and I say they come back alone. Then give them visa they come. Because for West Africa, we not even get visa issue. If they travel go now any side inside West Africa, ECOWAS, you don't even need visa. They go, you come, how you want someone for go and come. So we don't even need visa for them. But if they're there and they go seek asylum, that principle our law underline. Then go seek asylum. There is not possible. It is against international law for send somebody who don't seek asylum for say a day they run away from persecution, because the refugee convention don't make it very clear that we for make sure say we respect the principle of non-refoulement. In other words, the principle of not sending back asylum seekers to their country of origin.
All right, many thanks, Alfonso Gani. We join with this morning for can talk about our position as human rights defenders on the third country deportation, where Salon been signed an agreement with the U.S. government, and as of the 20th of May, the first batch of deportee them from the United States, we now of ECOWAS origin don't begin come na Salon, and I understand in Alunge them put them, they not even come na Freetown, and the government being get a company then called Canva, we help them in terms of preparing accommodation and the welfare of them deported there. And the first settled on kind about 9. So according to the human rights defenders, they say government not do due diligence, and then they requested the Minister of Foreign Affairs for put out this agreement so citizens go see exactly what's in the inside this agreement, what's the government's been signed up to. Many thanks, Alfonso. We join with this morning. Or they can talk to the other studio guest, Pena Abdul Fatoma of CHRDI.
Thank you.
For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Stuff them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, voices come. Hi yeah, credibility.
All right, welcome back. It's still a Waji Breakfast Show. They come to you live on Liberty TV, and we're telling us this segment of the program where they can talk to CHRDI for can know the survey where they do online for us citizens them which social issue the most impacts in daily lives among cost of living, youth unemployment, access to health care, quality of education, electricity and water, and gender-based violence. Well, the chief executive for CHRDI don't join me at the studio. Good morning, Abdul Fatoma, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
Just give viewers them the background to this particular survey, where we see cost of living top the charts of them, where they mostly impact citizens in life on a daily.
Okay, we online public opinion poll. Now, another initiative where we put part of our activities. You know, the donor landscape don't make a lot of civil society across the world done silence. But then we still eager for use a non-financial means for engage the public and policy makers. And so with that, we try for initiate online poll for get citizens' opinion. So waiting that they mean, we dey try for get them preference, and perception, and then behavior and patterns. But this a more capital gain to government and businesses because then they actually they able for know within our citizens' current stand and opinion. And so we don't ask various questions. We don't deal with tripartite. We don't deal with constitutional amendment. We don't deal with civil society, media, trust. We don't deal with other governance issues and other public policy issues. So then we take a look at the daily things the way the Mona Salomon. So we put the living cost, electricity, health, and gender-based violence. So you see that say most of the citizens say we participate in the pool talk say the living cost 90 money them for a daily basis. And as a country after the war, when our 2002, we don't make a real progress. But then it come with one question. We they deal with social economic right, where you go ask yourself, say, are they able to get access to a decent school? Are they able for access a functionable health care service that's religion? Then I go able for get a job with very decent. We go able for give me living wages, so I go take care of my family. So then questions where you they ask yourself that you they clearly know. And in a country where the larger population size, the demographic now 25 and below, so that means we get a young population. And as a country, we face a huge challenge of unemployment and underemployment. Some people then they didn't get employment, but then the money way then they pay them, they're not even able to look after themselves than even you say they're independent. Like imagine now, the minimum wages in this country 1 2, and fair price. If somebody they Waterloo, they work na Liberty, just 1,200, maybe go able for meet in transportation. Then the housing, when another social issue, how you go able for meet the commitment for paying housing. Then again, you wake up in the morning, they turn you tap, water come on. Some people then just fix, bathtub na them bathroom for sake of furniture. Say a meeting house design. But the community where it dey, no Guma Valley pipe no dey, since we then create that community. Some community they up to now as we they speak, Etsapo no dey, inside Freetown, western area, right? Either the rural or the urban community. We get communities where they suffer from that. Then you go to the provinces, you also the face communities where getting challenges and they. Even inside Freetown, we get a lot of communities and we don't get healthcare center. They even think about having a decent. So these social and economic issues now a huge burden to the citizens. But then waiting will law do. Will law not agree for place any obligations. You only put a directive, a responsibility to the government than a legal obligation. So you look for chapter 2, for example, in the Constitution. It talk about the fundamental, principles on state policy. But then the civic and political right under Chapter 3. It give a clear, enforceable legal action if government fail to fulfill. For example, the social and economic issues if government not really meet that obligation for provide me and you as a citizen. I mean, I just directive, but we don't get any power, for take action because the action not go be justiciable. So this they clearly tell we about the outcome of this opinion poll. They clearly send a clear message to the government that these are the crowd of the citizens.
But this particular message we say this opinion poll is sent to government, it come as a surprise to you because most of the issues here, not in the way the media don't they carry, people they discuss. But whenever you get government representative, then go challenge you say things are getting better.
Okay, I mean, government officials can defend government on camera. But after them go off, then they say that's not the reality. So I can really feel sorry for them because one, I don't know how then they sleep. Because they do it a blatant lie. But like you say, I mean, this is something where everybody are aware, everybody know. But in the form of advocacy or neither media analysis, we need scientific data. Right now, we get a data where they justify it. This is the amount of people, this is not the percentage, of the people that will participate in the process. This is not the position. And that is alignment. Somebody else reach out to me and say, this is even generous, 43. They say if I don't pass more than 43, because the suffering is too much in this country. Right? But then I tell and say, we get no way for actually tamper with the data and the figures. Now the one that we participate, now they view that one day, and we respect her. And say you understand, but in just feel say if will be more than that, that is even generous. So I mean, it's just real. But now, as a space, we get a data cable for talk around. Like you see the US, the UK, if opinion poll come on, it can even spark a whole debate in a parliament because this is the pattern, the behavior of the citizens.
But Sierra Leone, they take opinion poll as serious as A4B?
One thing about some go take them seriously privately, but publicly, then distance themselves or then shy away from that. And one of the most embarrassing thing I witnessed in one WhatsApp group, scientific people the way we go consider as scientific, then we know say they get scientific background, education, qualification, and experience, and then say, oh, now online, which restriction where they how you for collect data.
But people in the
yeah, but then this not somebody then we then just we believe say they get scientific background based on their qualification, and sometimes now opinion leaders in our society, and then come say, oh, but this not just online, and I don't know, so we it thinks we don't get a principal direction say you cannot collect data via online. You can only collect data face to face.
So are they in denial of the reality of the people? Because
when they're in the interest, when they're in the interest of the government, definitely you see a lot of government officials within in open denial, and in private you get a lot of government officials that will say yes, we accept this. I think we need for actually pay attention to this. For me, this is a complementary thing for policymakers and businesses. Like we do pool on different subjects. For example, with next pool they come, the result go there out today where they talk about the trust in public institution. So currently as I speak, even we'll not analyze it, none of the above. It take the highest, meaning people in this country they actually lack trust in public institution. So like we maybe be say we know this as a reality, but we don't get the data. Oh, I mean, Afrobiometer and others don't do that. But one-on-one to we self as Australian, we're able to get a significant data where they actually speaks to their reality there. We were able to make government brace up and go back to the drawing board and look at the thing. And the next one, where they come, we'll publish this with the next question where they provoke participation. Now, asking the question within APC, SLPP, would I better off for look after Sierra Leone economy and national security? You know, we know they talk about policy issues on election. Now, make you see say race bag. Now Kush before now be Pega Park and Omole, but now I think Kush and other substances and all overtake Omole and Pega Park. So, but when civil society and the media create a platform for let us look into the nitty-gritty of how policy they shape governance direction and able for bring accountability and transparency framework. So with natural resources the way than the mine, how will they get a system where go able for manage and well? So the electricity will go talk about go be fixed. The water will they talk about go be fixed. The public trust, you know, out of recklessness, negligence of government officials, the way they go work, you know, and then abandon them post where me and you go seek public service. We're not able to meet that. Even we get money, then we're not going able to see that. But when we start having a conversation among ourselves about lack of trust, about whether we believe or handle this portfolio, or you know, what do we think about we political party leadership systems. So all of them things and they are working with mind. Human being operate with a mind. So the moment we not create that space, some people think say it will be, but they not think say it will be possible.
That brings me to the question, because it's an online poll.
Yeah.
Anybody can just sit there and click for decide waiting if feel say for be the answer to it they ask. And in this case, cost of living on top the charts. How you go defend the credibility of the data we wanna publish so?
A highly credible one. The admin not know the individual in number we vote. And then you only allow for vote multiple times on the questions already. If you have 4 questions, 6 questions, you allow for vote for all 6. Or you vote for 1 or 2. That are the option. But beyond that, you know they wait 1 hour, you come back, you can't vote with that same number. It's not possible. It's just not possible in order to work. So then the credibility of it that we know they look at the demographic of people. We know they look which region where you they vote for. We know they look at say, oh, you get for be from this district, or you get for belongs to this political party, or you get for belongs to this particular age group before you vote. The fact that say you get access to internet, you know, you log in, and the questions them very neutral and easy for adapt to, in order to create any confusion into the minds of people. So these are all the process of credibility.
Now we look at this other one. We are open so, and it is prioritizing economic relief, infrastructure and development. A new citizen public opinion online poll data reveal a critical mandate for government action. Cost of living 43%.
Yeah.
Very alarming.
Seriously.
They also talk about electricity stroke water 23%.
Yeah.
And anybody who they live in a Freetown, let's talk about Freetown because I had it currently, not go frown at this particular data. Some man go even say, oh, CHRDI, if they be check no more proper one, the numbers for go up based on the reality on the ground. And some of them thinks they are so. People away they in position of authority, they dismiss them. How citizens for continue, for they push them, for do some of these things, then they respect the data there.
Currently, as we talk, we don't create, you and I mean, Liberty and CHRDI don't create a platform for that we inform thousands of Sierra Leoneans, if not millions. And the government officials, we see the flyers, say, CHRDI get for there this morning, they currently glue on their phone or their iPad. They watch waiting with the discuss. And if we not bring the reality with figure, government itself not the able for develop a policy, or they're not motivated. So we see the West, they improve is not by their leaders, because these guys are human. The civil society then within the West, and the media they within the West. Now then they shape policy direction. Now then they shape policy framework with academics. So it's sad, Naya, you hardly see without a consultancy support to a lecturer now with universities, in order it taking students them for let them do a research and publicize that research and make a media engagement or work with civil society. Because the academic then get huge resources. Then the civil society get huge influence in terms of engaging the ordinary people, and then the civil society will get clout. They're able to sit down with the same policymakers and lawmakers and then listen, within the state. So when you bring a policy conversation with data, it helps for influence the framework of that policy. And the sad thing you see in this country, a lot of government ministries and government agencies, then will say we don't develop policy. They look at it as a disciplinary tool than, a two-way, very useful for progress. So one, they not go tell we say they say government don't do this policy, only this policy for punitive actions. But then they not go tell we the cost implication and the benefit implication. You cannot bring any policy without cost and benefit. What are the way get for benefit from this policy? And waiting at the cost, how taxpayer get for contribute towards this process. So this is a government directive, yes, the government directive. But then the government survive through the people. And the government, they govern the people. So all of this conversation, if we not bring on the table, then we actually go continue forget the same ransackle. So now they bring issues. Like I tell you, with next question will pop up today. How APC and SLPP would that, which Sierra we trust them? So we CHRDI no need for look. We make questions in public. We share wide and far. Like this last one now close to 300 share. So that is even massive.
This cost of living issue of bread and butter, what's the problem there? Is it mismanagement of state resources, or are the resources just not enough? We make anybody do survey today, make attempts for counter cost of living. Majority of Sierra Leoneans go say it has a problem.
Now reckless spending, and poor oversight of the governance system in this country. If you go close to government institutions, then there are unnecessary wasteful spendings, and we not get any justification. Just look at the current system where they now. The moment they pay in a direct fund to subventions to ministries or MDAs, then now they go directly for go remove bulk. Then go the check, go remove bulk from the central bank, and then bring an office. Office not a bank. It even bring deprivation to the commercial institutions. If you don't take them from Bank of Salon, go put on another commercial bank. But if you totally go to an office, then now for me, office is the cash. You they talk to government ministers or you talk to secretaries or all the stuff then government agencies, and then they tell you about them boss, then they pack money, then a Ghana must go, they go na us. And then government and public services then remain, really starved, and no way no they for they implement that. Wait till they say money no dey. If we not get a honest accountability framework, then go tell you say electronic transfer, system na Ministry of Finance, you get bottlenecks, you get this, but the tracking and also the accountability process. We keep fighting corruption, but today you talk about corruption, you see a lot of citizens, like we say about cost of living, still have concern about the fight against corruption in this country. So it comes clearly to reckless, handling of we economy and we natural resources. We build laws around donor driven. Most of we laws that we of recent we don't do. It's more about donors pushing us. If we World Bank tell we say we'll go support una, but if only una can bring law for protect this or for promote this. So with that, you see, it get a speedily action. Or neither when we go to UN General Assembly, we need for go tell and say we don't do this. So we need for pass that law. So we not actually get a sit-down conversation. You see, most law, either the media flag are up or civil society flag are up or a MPA disagree with the content flag are up. Now that time they say we need consultation. And how many weeks? Maybe 1 week or 2 weeks consultation. Then we don't get that law. But yeah, and just for tick, the thing. So we as a citizen, we need for actually put a premium on policy conversation. So for embed that into a political party. So even you candidates and your party, one for convince you for stand for ordinary secretary general position or PRO position or whatever position internally within the party. Let it tell you which policy directives that we're going for contribute to the party get value internally and externally. And when now it comes on national stage, we not see too much of copy and paste. The disaster now we get for B, if we get for really audit the manifestos, because now with the advent of AI, you go just prompt say develop for me manifesto, and then it bring for you manifesto we not tailored for Sierra Leone. We don't even get the kind of infrastructure for meet that manifesto in demand. Even though we get a lot of policies or laws that we don't build, like for example, the new Criminal Procedure Act, it say, people that we go to police, when they make statement, they for now get a copy of their own statement. But then we go to police stations photocopy and all day. Either the police officers and based on the policy we go make complaint in social and economic background very serious and worst. Now the police officer go pull money in their pocket and then photocopy the statement.
But Mr. Fatoma, the question now is, what is responsible for the gaps here? Because most of the NTIO they talk about, they'll take the hardship, the cost of living. For example, the BO-led administration, 2018, we usher them into governance. Then promise people a new direction. Then promise people that for can solve issues of bread and butter. Now they are here doing their second term. Look at what in data they show. What is responsible? Is it leadership gap or supervisory role not properly there for checks and balances? Go back to their promises. Why are you smiling?
And they smile because maybe ask me the question. I answer. If I answer, that same question, and that same answer I go repeat. I don't already tell you, say, we recklessly, they manage with public resources in this country and lack of supervision.
But if you elect somebody for provide leadership and it don't come, enable for providing, because supervisory role are part of leadership. Because if you did the ADM of affairs, you are managing the affairs of the state. And now look at who's the state there. And nobody seems for the take responsibility.
The thing about when we bring conversations like this, it puts pressure on government. That I believe for sure. It puts pressure on government. Some of the reason why I make government officials and dislike we, because when we engage in conversations like this, we put pressure on them. And then the next thing is that you want for pull job na me hand, you want for make me dislikable. So we as civil society, we as media, and the public, we get to ensure that we bring a factual based conversation to the public and hold government accountable. The reason why we vote them in, the majority of the citizens vote them in, now for ensure say them govern we. And in that process of governing we responsibility not be only stop at the polling, post or at the ballot box. We responsibility continue for hold them accountable. So the accountability mechanism, we need for ensure say we pull out things and we know they go on well in the country, and government need for know that. If they want for make deaf ears, they for know say this not they go down well with citizens, like what we talk this morning. And like I say, when you actually go closer, work with government, you see a lot of recklessness, in government work in this country. I mean, and the other thing again, when we adopt in this country, we just think that say, let them try go, then let we young people then come, and people don't care. So imagine if this administration destroyed this country with the hope that say young party go come na power. The whole way then they left. If you party kind of cover, now the same cry with the cry, when I be promised we say when I go turn around this country economy, when I go turn around this country infrastructure, but then also, we be no neglect. So now we need for hold we government accountable. We need for be whistleblowers. We need for expose, corruption at this country.
But will that fix the problem? Because
it will fix it.
Based on you poll way CHRDI do, we take youth unemployment for example. Oh, yeah. And youth employment and empowerment now one of the big 5 game changers then of the second term of the BO-led administration. So if opinion polls and still they come out where people are still concerned about these issues, the big question go be, how do we fix this as a nation?
Like when you get 50% over 100, and then inside that 50%, you come for address 1% or 5% problem. So over 40-something% left, the gap still high. So let's take about the youth empowerment projects that this government don't actually go into. Then how with youth in fishery. Awala will do a tour now on that boat then, if then they survive. The time when the project, the organization be engaged in ministry, already 7 boats be non-go. The youth man, they come together, then sell the boat, go buy taxi, then along the line, the taxi pour. Right? And when we ask on the right to access to information, one green man, and the secretary general, and the chairman, and the treasurer, we sign for a boat. I can't go on children. We will ask for the information. The bank account not being functionable. Now, when we raise the alarm on that, we ask for the bank statement. By then, we will not get the bank statement through investigation. That no money. I mean, it's not functionable. Now, that not the time they write letter to the people that will be not take the boat for go begin to pay that money with them for the pay monthly. The net way then be promised the young people them with inside the project description. Then not to enrich the yard, I mean, the length of the net or the measurement, it be bigger on project proposal, but in the reality, it's very smaller. So then already, you don't demotivate the young people then. That small amount, out of 50%. You don't get that small amount, we don't demotivate it. Then do car wash. If we go down at the car wash centers, how many actually they function?
I see they call electric cars yesterday.
All right, now 50. All right. And then we give 50 young people driving opportunity in this country. Over, 4 million or 3 million people, over 3 million young people. Let's say, let's go with that mathematics. For 50, over 3 million. which significant impact? I know it's an impact, not it, but which significant impact? So why you think say the one way not still benefit from that 50? If we talk about youth unemployment, it not go raise the hand up. They get for raise hand up. Because we still continue for create a system where no universal. We get for work towards a system where universal, where they actually, even you ask this government, let them give you tangible data about youth employment and underemployment data. They cannot give it to you. Monthly, how many, both private sector and public sector, how many people they employ people
Are
in
you
this
challenging
country?
the government on this?
They not get them. They not get them. They not get them.
Why you believe say they not get them?
Even they get them, it's like a gold mine for them. You remember the promise about how many people need for get job to a particular time?
Yeah.
So a government,
Part of the big 5 game changers.
a government will committed towards that. It need constant updates to citizens. When Obama became meet job crisis in the US, so every month or every week, where employment opportunity they come up, you see then the government they pull out that data. And that data then they be celebrated and all the media people discuss about that. It happened with David Cameron also. When he came in, when he take over Labour, when they become as a coalition, then Liberal Democrat. So that was the same era of Obama. So you look at Ghana, then they tell you about projection. You look at Kenya, about projection of employment. So if always you get data from independent and non-state actor institutions, they talk about underemployment and unemployment, what you need for do as a government and for the project data. Let people then clearly see who said this job then they come from. So for example, you tell we say from this month to that month, the private sector will able to get 5,000 Sierra Leoneans and we don't get employment. From the media, civil society, and the INGOs, we're able to get this amount of. But tell me if you don't one day receive, since you want to set up Liberty, you don't one day receive any link or hard copy paper about how many people either they work here as a volunteer or core staff for Ministry of Labour.
Well, Mr. Fatuma.
No, I they ask.
Mr. Fatuma, with all
okay,
the
you
issues
can't answer me,
there,
mommy. I'm gonna answer you.
with all the issues there, we the highlight.
Yes, please.
With all the data with the out there now, every now and then, especially elections now up to 2028.
Yes. No.
But for the very first time this time around, we see politicians, they get so much energy crisscrossing the country at a very early stage, engaging people, engaging young people. For them, then they present what they call, say, they don't do almost everything with them promise. In fact, Nabonia now, then they give the citizens. That is where civil society and the media can, because then data there with CHRDI do, they're very alarming. But the politician then get the energy for set a particular narrative because they know, say, now this the people they want for you.
The energy with the politicians then get, not only when civil society and media reduce their own energy.
We seem for the apple now, especially from the CSO space.
No, it happen at the CSO space, it also happen at the media. But it come with one factor. The ruling party politicians and then get access to finance.
Mm-hmm.
And the work with them they do themselves for engaging people, then they engage, it requires a lot of resources. Right? Mm. And then you start for one that say if you can spend $2,500 for one trip, for just engage one region on one trip. But then that very place where you go the genuine people them, apart from the people the way you don't design for give money, for welcome you, for make a good fanfare of you welcome.
Give money for welcome.
It happens in this country. In fact, so then they do it openly and say na Kolwata, they part of the tradition. Then they do it openly. It's not a secret. The one that they do in secret is good for them. But some even they do openly say we can't do cool water, this now with tradition. So these are the things that we don't need to shy away from. But then they'll just say politicians using huge amount of money to visit districts or regions. And then the sincere people the way there other people then go bring camp for let them can dance, beat butter for them or whatever way. Then go back, then sick. They not get a functionable clinic by that community. But that money where the politician use just for kind of market himself, for ensure say he gather more wealth, because politics is a business nowadays. If somebody spend $100,000 or $200,000, if you want for persuade them, then will tell you say I be not spend beaucoup money, so give me this. There is even declaration. Some man, not that say their ambition is to become president. Their ambition is just to strategically place themselves, either for upgrading business, for making them business expand, either for upgrading social capital. So the small money when you don't spend, the way now the other person in advisor say we need forget this, you don't get much number, but let it come on we side. That number didn't matter in politics, this matter. And then when that person they come on board, before they come on board, if you spend $50,000, you go inflate and say you don't spend $100,000. And then again, they still get capital, they still get influence and affluence. So that is how politics is. But we, civil society and the media, if we dull with energy, then they overcome the people then. So if we don't dull the energy, like now then data they at the camp, you go public places, institutions, students then go able to take mic easily.
But they're very deliberate about controlling the narrative, because if you follow the activity now, they are all over the place. In fact, there's a pattern trying for create their own medium them where they're going to communicate to their supporters, try for paint a certain picture at the head. So no matter what in any data say, it's either then tell you say you are anti-government or you are anti the regime.
No, you cannot be bothered about anti. I mean, me, now the current data where they against me, mean 71% mean APC. That's what they say, right? The current data where they for we allegiance, they say mean allegiance to APC. So with that, na 71%. Then during the APC time, in fact, percentage not been in 100%, right? So like when people then tell me, we see your name, I say they're so generous to me. They're so generous. So you point at least, then take 29 away. But during APC time, APC then give me 100%. But now SNPP take 29 away and give me 71%. So I mean, waiting this they tell you, stand on your cause, come with a honest conversation on the table. The one way able for stand the heat, go sit down at the table, wanna discuss or unpack, those issues. The one way no one for stand honesty, you see it they run away, it start for throw tantrum, and then that shows the unseriousness of that individual. And that tells you clearly you a one for vote for her, say this person is not serious. It doesn't make any sense, towards. And if you trust her with your governance, you go complain. And maybe complain more. So, I mean, if political parties find their own blogger, and get a camera, and get a microphone, and go Facebook, and go live, it's good and better. But trust me, the people get more trust in established media houses, in established civil society, the way they know say they get credibility. You're not opinion leader. There are certain words, and if you say them now, they see if you go against the state, the amount of armed policemen then, and even possible to soldier man then.
Yeah.
For drag you go CID, then the next moment you day inside Panama Road, or you appear court. But then somebody among them recruited bloggers or an ordinary person go just say that same careless word, and they overlook her. But there are certain words, and if I say that now, it's a huge problem. right? So always use that capital that I'm an established figure and I'm respectable. You know, me a followed person, me a persuade people then they follow me keenly, and your organization, our organization, people then they follow keenly. Use that and bring the narrative. Like now, take your blogger, go and do everything. But then we get a data. You go to students. Some students and they're not really coward because the lecturer asks them for for listening to certain conversation within themselves and politicians. Or neither people then at the public get this data and ask. CHRDI recently pulled the data and said this. When I don't ask politicians that will appear on this program about the data they pull. Some media, some politicians that will say we they as a minister will say, oh, now a good directive, we will look into that. Some then they deliberately dismiss her. Right? And you know, now we get the issue of trust. We will come out today. Which one we trust? So like that, it left to them back. But that now within the people then feel. These are individuals and they go vote. We make them public, you know, the secrecy. And how the pattern we know they bring calm, you know, they see we outcome no more. Then you know when we start for conductor. So we go create that doubt and credibility we maybe they talk about. The day we pull up, everybody know. So the day we close, we come out with the alcohol, everybody know. We don't just, we can't bust by you say, oh, the people then say this. No, that's not how it works. It needs to be transparent. Because we want for let people then buy trust in the process. We need for let people then support, the process. So when people then support the process, that will hold then leaders and accountable. So like this one where the council, currently local council, they're below. So it will be a concern for the leaders in the city council and district chairman across the country.
But when they raise concerns, they are constrained.
No, so they are constrained, but now the public they try for say the current trend of them. The public they try for say they not trust the local councils. They not trust the police, right? So this is a huge challenge for us. And when we don't try in a very good effort for decentralized, so meaning at local council level, we expect the local council for them more in touch with the governance and the people. So they are the bridge when it comes to governance. They are the bridge between the central government and the community. So then, when this issue come up, say, oh, people they not trust them, then we start to get a conversation. Is that resource constraint? So then this go provoke another question for us. If the resources and a city council adequate enough for letting them do service delivery. So then when the people they also respond to that, then it can clearly they put pressure on government. That waiting them be known, they say, but now there is a data where they speak to that. So it have to put pressure and change the dynamics. That's what scientific figures are for, to change dynamics.
The takeaway now this opinion poll they look at currently, although we'll go for look at the one back where you see when I go put it some other time. Yes. But the takeaway on this particular one say for 2/3 of respondents, survival, food, water, and electricity overweighs all other concerns. Yeah. The poll signals a call for policymakers to move from promises to direct action on affordability and basic service delivery. Is it that the promises don't they overweigh the actions where policymakers for the take for do it in the promise?
The promises they turn into big lies, and those lies become justifiable. Then they even defend the lie. But this was part of a promise, But if dynamic like they say, most of the policymakers or even the presidents and speechwriters or the campaign managers and other political party, they take the people of this country for granted. Every policy where you want for let this any government come with in governance, you first get for look at who that then are the primary and the secondary beneficiaries. Then waiting for be the cost. So then if it get a cost, for example, now you will get a dream for get a bigger building and there's a bigger studio where go big past stadium swimming pool, right? But then you go on your bank account and see, say, you cannot even buy a 10 bag of cement, for example. I don't say if you buy 1,000 bag of cement. Just example. So you cannot even buy 10 bag of cement. And then your network of friends the way you get. Nobody know the way you go able for afford beyond 30 bag of cement. So you get a very fantastic dream. And somebody tease you, they can openly and say, yes, let me dream down there this 2026 for build a massive state-of-the-art studio in Australia. Already people don't take that word as a commitment for transformation. And then you don't talk about time over and over, time now for mobilize the resources for that this promise here be actualized. Resources not able to meet the demand. So waiting they happen, not failure. So you cannot build a policy without the policy cost. You see a lot of policy where they fail in this country, that because the policy developers not actually work within the elements the way they form a policy. And we in this country, you ask law students, I don't interview a lot of law students in this country where they seek for internship in our organization. They not even know the difference between policy and regulation. That is disastrous, right? And then the way they make attempts for even do that, they look at policy as a punitive document, not a progressive document. Not a document where they provoke a framework of, building blocks for progress, or even building blocks for provoke a law for come into possibility. So they just look at it and say, oh, the law, oh, now the policy, this will get say, nobody know for the donor ground. No.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Fatima. I look forward to all the come back. And we just hope the citizens then will take this data. Very important. Because if people in like CHRDI, they do opinion poll, and then they bring out the data, they find out yourself, watch the data, analyze them, especially for una own team who una good need for watch and make una decisions. Elections are around the corner. Una go for all leaders, they're accountable based on them promises. Now we don't see this data, we don't come out from CHRDI. 43% is quite alarming. Some might not surprise because these are the realities, but it's good that the citizens they make use of them data, they utilize them. So whenever somebody come before you say, vote for me, now then data there you use for asking the relevant questions. Let you not on vote after 1-2 years, una begin grumble, say, not to this will be bargain for it's time una begin utilize some of these datas, ask una leaders them tough questions, let them provide answer before you make your decision that you want vote to you get very important, so you get for cherish and value. Well, now they end this edition of the Breakfast Show for today. Many thanks to Musa Saukoma and team we support we for Giwi technical support. Mina Khadija Bangura they say have a good day.
All right, so till we meet again, Mabel Kabade, so get a lovely day and goodbye.
Watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.